Hey, Alan here for Old English Outfitters. Well, Smith & Wesson has come out with a new one this year. Brand new. As we talk about this today, it hasn't even been announced yet. When you see this, it will have been announced. This is called the CSX. It is a brand new kind of a subcompact carry pistol. Very interesting little gun. Now, as most of you know, one of the trends today has been taking the small guns and increasing their capacity. Now, if you look at this pistol, you'll notice it's hammer fired. It looks kind of like a small 1911, like the ones that have been around for a long time from companies like Colt. They started it with their little 380, their little government 380. Then we had Sig Sauer with the 238 series, Springfield Army with the 911 series, Kimber with the Micro 9 series. They're small 1911 type pistols. 1911 type meaning that they are single action hammer fired guns. So when the hammer's fully cocked, or empty and safe here, you got a short single action trigger. And from this position, you pull the trigger, nothing happens. You got to have the hammer cocked when you cycle the slide and load it, right? Okay. This pistol is that. It is a single action hammer fired pistol, but it combines a variety of other interesting features into a pretty small package that weighs around 19.5, 20 ounces. First of all, it is an aluminum alloy frame. So the bottom frame of this is metal. The slide is stainless steel with the Armor Night, Smith & Wesson calls it, coating. So it's like the other M&P series guns in that it is extremely durable. You got stainless steel coated, so this thing's pretty rust resistant. Pretty low maintenance gun. Of course, those guns in the M&P series, they're all polymer frame. Well, this one isn't. It's metal. It's got a little metal to it. So it's a little heavier than some of the really small guns are, which is okay. The other thing that's interesting about this pistol is we have front and rear cocking serrations. We have sights that are dovetailed in, so they're windage correctable, left, right. The rear sight has this nice square profile on the front, which is kind of favored for pistols like this in case you have to hook it on something to rack it if you're down to one-hand operation or something like that. It has checkering on the back wrapped around here, and it has some nice checkering on the front too, some stippling actually. Sets in the hand really well, doesn't bounce around much. Has a nice extended tang here, so when the hammer's in the fully cocked position, it's not going to bite you, okay? Unless you're really overhanging it, it's not going to bite you. The slide cycles pretty easily when the hammer's cocked, like a lot of weapons like this. It is extremely ambidextrous. We have a thumb safety, traditional 1911 type thumb safety, easily operated by the thumb, and it's on both sides of the gun. We have a slide release that's very low profile and on both sides of the gun. The magazine release is reversible. Not reversible in the sense that we take this out and turn it around, but reversible in the sense that they actually give you another one that comes with the gun. So if you're left-handed, you'd swap this. Take that one out, put this one in. So if you're left-handed, this gun's going to work just fine for you. We don't have a loaded chamber indicator that moves on top. We do have a little inspection hole, so if you press check it, back it up slightly, you'll be able to tell if there's a round in there. There's no rail up front here because, again, this thing's kind of small, so they're aiming it at the concealed carry market. The trigger is pretty straight, pretty flat. It's got a little safety piece because we have an internal firing pin lock like we have on a lot of modern guns these days. So that little piece just goes in there. Now, note about the trigger when we were shooting it. Before we started, we were just kind of dry firing and getting used to it. That trigger felt kind of gritty. As we shot it a little bit, that improved. So we would expect that probably would happen with the production level guns, is they're going to improve a little bit as you use them. And they should. That's kind of normal. Something else that's kind of nice about this, you can engage the safety and still cycle the slide. So if you're concerned about trigger position, you know this already. You always keep your finger out of the trigger guard until you're ready to fire, right? You know this. But if you're concerned about this, if your own discipline regarding that is a little on the lax side, number one, get it unlax, fix it. But number two, you can engage the safety on this gun and still cycle the slide. You just got to remember to take the safety off if you're going to fire, right? So it's very good features. We've also got some little, just slightly, not big, but just slight ears on the back of the gun here, kind of like they are on the EZ series, which makes it real easy for you to get a hold of and cycle this. So this gun doesn't cycle bad, especially with the hammers cocked. It doesn't cycle real hard at all. So for people with strength issues, they may be able to use this. The other thing that's interesting is this. Now, if you remember correctly, if you've looked at some of these others, the EZ series has a grip safety back here. Of course, this does not. But the other M&P series guns, excepting the shields, have a removable, replaceable grip feature here. Well, so does this. This will come off and can be replaced. They give you one that's smaller. The way you do it is they give you a little tool here, and you can do it almost with anything, but they give you a little tool here, a little small tool, and all you got to do is just push it up in this hole. And there's a little plunger in there, and you just kind of push it in and pull the grip off, he said. Get it in the right spot there. Yeah, just push it in, that grip comes off. There's the plunger. When you want to switch it, if you want to put the other one on or put this one back on, you just put it back in position. It'll get up there where it needs to be, like that. And then that thing, all you got to do is just kind of aggressively push it and it'll snap right back into place. So it changes pretty easy, and they give you the tool to do it. So that's kind of a nice thing. Now, we talked about capacity. Most of the guns, all the other guns we talked about in this venue, right, are all single stack guns. So at maximum capacity, you have usually about 7 rounds with a slightly extended magazine. This gun, which, by the way, is only offered in 9mm. Now, some of the others we talked about have been offered in 380 and 9, right? This one's only 9mm right now. Don't know if they'll do anything else. Right now, we're just looking at 9mm. But capacity, we got a 10-round mag, and we got a 12-round mag. All the stuff we talked about, the grip, the tool, the 2 mags, all this comes with the gun. Are there night sights out for it yet? Yeah, probably, but at the time this thing hits, there'll probably be somebody making them. At the moment, I'm not aware of any. This profile, I'm not sure what exactly it's going to fit. It looks like the shield type sight, but it may take something different, especially in the back, because that's very different than what the shields take. But the capacity, again, 10 rounds, 12 rounds. Now, the 12-round magazine has this little floating sleeve on it. Frankly, don't really care for that. The good news is, if you take it off, you can still use that magazine just fine. It works fine without it. It doesn't need it. And it really doesn't cause you any problems down here either, okay? It does tend to move around a little bit on the gun. We thought it would be a lot nicer thing, are you listening, Smith, if you'd anchor that in place, kind of like you did on the Shield Plus series guns. Fix that so that it doesn't move around. But again, if you take it off, it's no big deal. So good capacity, 10 rounds, 12 rounds, comes with the gun. Ambidextrous all the way around. You've got a little bit of serration on the top, which kind of keeps the slide, any glare from coming up off of it there. Pretty good little shooter. We both me and the cameraman, when we shot it, we thought it was grouping just a little left for us. We'd probably correct that. But as far as handles real well. Recoil is pretty mild for a gun this size. Good shooting pistol. As far as shooting just a little left for us, no big deal. That's easily corrected with the sights. Everything stays together. Looks like it's going to group really good. We didn't put it on paper, but somebody will, and I'm suspecting it's probably going to group pretty good. You get a lot of stuff here. This is a good job. I got to give Smith & Wesson a lot of credit here, and we got to thank them that we got some guns ahead of time so that we could look them over and get them ready to go. Price point. Probably going to be in the 5.5 bracket or somewhere in that ballpark. Don't know exactly just yet, but probably something like that. This is a lot of gun. They've done a good job on this. If you like this single action gun, hammer-fired pistol, this is a good thing to look at. I would highly recommend you look at these in the coming year if you like this type of gun. You're getting fully ambidextrous capability. You're getting grip adjustability. Very shootable platform, good capacity. The only thing in the modern venue that this doesn't have at the moment is optics ready. And it wouldn't surprise me if down the line we don't see something like that. But at the moment, it's got a lot of features. This is a good little pistol. This is a good gun. We're gonna tip our hat to Smith & Wesson on this. They've done a good job on this pistol. It packs a lot into a pretty small package that's going to fit right into the always highly popular concealed carry market. So there you are, the Smith & Wesson CSX, a hot new product to look for 2022. And as we get ready to go into 2022, I will wish you all a very happy new year. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate your support. And until next time, I'm Alan for Old English Outfitters.